James Turner for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing, and y'all know the rest. Listen, man, this is my post-fight review for Jaime Munguia versus Eric Bazanian, and the result of the fight is a Jaime Munguia 10th round stoppage. So, first and foremost, let me just tip my cap to both fighters. I thought it was a really interesting, aggressive chess match. Bazanian definitely, like, there is such a thing in boxing, and I said this on the live. Thank you guys that watched the live that are watching this right now. There is such a thing in boxing as a bad loss. And, you know, Bazanian wasn't really known here in the States before this fight. Munguia has a high profile coming up a Canelo fight. So he didn't look like he didn't belong in this fight. You know, he had his moments in the fight where he was boxing Munguia nicely from the mid-range and the outside. Landed a nice, steady diet of straight right hands. Where he ultimately, I think, failed himself is, you know, he just didn't have any inside fighting ability. Doesn't really feint, so it's a little easier to time him as the fight goes on. And one thing about Munguia is like, he looks for the fight, and like one time, like someone told me this, they said, you know, he knows what he wants, he goes in there and he takes it, you know. And Munguia did that. He knows how to break his opponent's will. He knows how to close that gap and get to the body and land telling body shots. And he's gotten really good, you know, under the watchful eye, like previously Freddie Roach, now Eric Morales. He's gotten really good at, you know, getting underneath shots. So when he, like, Bazanian's picking him off with his jab, eventually Munguia starting to get the time of this jab down, and he's getting beneath those shots, and he's able to counter, and he's able to, you know, close the gap to get in position to land big power shots, right? And then the thing about it too is Munguia's also, his IQ, I think, has increased because, like, in the 9th round, his punch output, like, dipped so dramatically that he clearly took the round off, and he was saving some energy for the back half of the fight, because the punch output he had from round 9 to round 10 was just dramatically different, night and day, and it paid off. He winds up stopping Bazanian in round 10. He gets back in the win column. He maintains his place in boxing as one of the top, you know, super middleweight contenders. And there's a whole truckload of good fights out there for him. You know, he said after the fight he wanted Caleb Plant, he wanted Edgar Berlanga, right? And I think those are both good fights. I think Berlanga is probably the more realistic fight to make because of the Matchroom affiliation. Maybe Diego Pacheco, because I know Eddie Hearn did say when he wanted that fight. But really and truthfully, I think the fight that will get made by Top Rank and the fine folks there is going to be Munguia versus Christian Mbilli. It makes too much sense. Bazanian is a fighter that is signed to Eye of the Tiger management. He lost, so now they'll get Eye of the Tiger in Canada. In conjunction with Top Rank, they will probably give Mbilli the Munguia fight, and they're two of the top contenders at 168. Mbilli's ranked in, I think, all 4 sanctioning bodies. Munguia is ranked in the top 5, 3 of the 4. So it makes a lot of sense in a lot of different ways, and I just think that's going to be one of the most entertaining fights in boxing. Yes, Mbilli doesn't have the name of a Berlanga. He doesn't have the name of a Plant. But style-wise, he's a short, compact fighter, throws a lot of punches. Munguia, you know, not quite as short and compact as Mbilli, but again, high-volume fighter with a rising IQ and a lot of experience, hungry to, you know, get back to that championship level. I think they could have the kind of fights that wind up being, you know, like, have rematches, trilogies. Like I think that's how their styles are going to mesh. So we'll see how it goes if that fight does get made. But as far as Eric Bazanian, there really is no limits to what he could do, like, as far as matchmaking goes. Again, he had a good loss in this fight. Cherry McCumbee had a good loss against Caleb Plant. I wouldn't be shocked if that fight winds happening, because McCumbee is a pro box fighter. Pro box has a long history with their limited time in boxing of working with Top Rank. So look out for that one. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a fight that winds up getting made. And I love that fight because McCumbee, very physically strong, doesn't have the best gas tank, but, you know, can box as well. Bazanian, not as physically strong as Cherry McCumbee, but can box and has deep image pedigree. So that's probably the fight for me. I think would be the route to go for Bazanian. Maybe Eye of the Tiger wants to get him a softer touch, but look, good fight. Can't really complain too much. I mean, there is some fights on the undercard that I do want to talk about, like in separate videos. Like Alan Garcia got pieced up badly by some guy we never heard of who had like 1 knockout in 30 fights, damn near. So that was interesting. And you know, Richard Torres, I won't make a video about him, but Richard Torres, you know, he fought a Joey Dwayko that came to survive, that spit out his mouthpiece 6 times. So you know, good win for him. But you know, Top Rank needs to step up his matchmaking because Joey Dwayko is basically the Walking Dead at this point in his career. But yeah, Munguia, I've been very hypercritical of Munguia over the years in this channel. Not for anything that had to do inside the ring. It was more so like Fernando Beltran and Zanfer Promotions and how they were moving him. I wanted him to fight certain guys. He wasn't doing it. But I'll tell you this. When he's in that square circle, because we've been covering him for a long time here on True School Sports. When he's in that square circle, one thing Munguia continues to do is deliver entertainment and all-action fights for the fans. And this one was no different. So I really enjoyed this fight because it wasn't like a Munguia fight where like he's showing lack of defense or anything like that. This was a aggressive, high IQ fight that led to a knockout. And I think, you know, that's a beautiful thing for Jaime Munguia. So, you know, good fight for both men. Neither one of the Bazanian has not a damn thing to hang his head about. He just has to really work on becoming a more well-rounded fighter because he has no inside fighting ability, doesn't really feint, and those things, them at that world-class level where everybody's really good, those having 1 chink in the armor is enough to have you beat, but to have 2 chinks in the armor is a death sentence. So that's what he got in the 10th round, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. So yeah, we'll recap all this on Monday on the Aftermath Live, but those are my preliminary post-fight review thoughts for now. So leave your comments down below. What did you make of Munguia's performance against Bazanian? Who do you want to see but Munguia fight next? What do you think is next for Bazanian? All that good stuff. I'll leave it down below in the comments. You know, take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.